All right, back in the hot seat. It is March 23rd. This is episode 82 of Three Things with Ian. Welcome back to those that have been here since the beginning, and welcome to those that are tuning in for the first time. On today's episode, we got a good one. We're going to talk ice cream. We're going to talk a weird name, image, and likeness trend that I don't think anyone saw coming. And we're going to talk hardcourt wooden floors. We are indeed. Okay. So let's start the journey together. So first off, I'd like to say rest in peace to the one and only George Foreman, fabled boxer, creator of a portable pluggable grill that millions of college students and other folks alike have utilized to cook somewhat evenly burger patties, chicken patties, frozen meat. Like I said, he grew to fame. George Foreman, he won the heavyweight title something like 22 years apart. He had the honor of facing Muhammad Ali in Kinshasa, Congo, Rumble in the Jungle, one of the most important boxing matches of all time. Cultural icon. Apparently he named all his children George Foreman. That's where it gets a little weird. Repeated blows to the head will make you do strange things. He famously said that he had a head meant for hitting. I dare say that even his brain probably shows some signs of trauma, repeated trauma. We could talk about boxing and how barbaric it is and maybe how culturally outdated it is, but that's for a different episode. So rest in peace, George Foreman, and I will be using your grill this week in honor of your passing. All right, let's jump into the stories at hand. It is not summer. It is warmer, though, and so I thought it might be nice to talk about ice cream. So I took some notes on ice cream. I was going to start with just some best ice cream flavors. Broadly, what does ice cream look like for me, my consumption patterns? I grew up loving black raspberry from Friendly's. Friendly's is a unfortunately dying restaurant chain in New England that still makes a really good ice cream. And I like black raspberry growing up. That was my go-to flavor. I do like a good rich vanilla. I think a high-quality vanilla bean vanilla is excellent. I do think that I consume cookie dough, cookies and cream. They're my top five. I've sort of pivoted away from ice cream at night to more savory, not sugary, sweet snacks. Or not, salty snacks, excuse me. So I do consume less ice cream at night as part of my daily dessert regimen, but still have a soft spot in my heart for it. Let's think here. So regional flavors, I did a little bit of research on regional ice cream, and of course these are crazy and weird, but we live in a weird, crazy world. So Maine, you got the Maine blueberry ice cream, nothing like that, nothing like fresh Maine blueberries churned in some rich ice cream. Maryland, they have an Old Bay. They use Old Bay seasoning, apparently. I don't know how true that is. Massachusetts is known for a lot of things ice cream related, actually, but they are one of the premier places, one of the original proprietors of the coffee flavor. I grew up loving coffee ice cream, and I moved to the Midwest, and it's just not really something we have on the shelves here. There's a clam ice cream also in New England. I don't know if that's more of a gag thing for tourists who load up on Sweetwater Taffy to try some clam ice cream. In Michigan, we are the originators of the Superman ice cream, which its namesake is because of the coloration. It has the yellow and the blue and the red, and it's a very sweet ice cream, generally targeted towards children, but probably available anywhere. Rocky Road is a big one. I know in Hawaii, their favorite flavor is mango. In Alaska and a lot of other states, it was mint chocolate chip. I always find that the mint flavor is just too strong, overpowers everything. My kids love mint chocolate chip. It does have a good bite. It has a good crunch. I like the big chunks of chocolate. So ice cream, are you a Ben & Jerry's person? Are you a Haagen-Dazs? Do you like big things in your ice cream? Do you like multiple things in your ice cream? Or are you kind of like a one and done? For me, it's like a one thing I like. And I like an ice cream with one thing. So black raspberry or cherry or cookie dough. I don't like sometimes the Rocky Road or the Moose Tracks where it's a conglomeration of a lot of things. I sometimes find it hard to kind of piece out what I'm eating. Do you like it in a cone? Do you like it in a dish? I always think I want it in a cone, but then I get to the cone and I realize that I've already had the best part of the dish. Sometimes you'll put it in a dish and put a cone on top, like it's like a little hat, little miter cap. That can be fun. I know we talked about flurries and concrete mixers and the spinning around and getting those ingredients, dissipated nicely. But do you do milkshakes? Some people love a good milkshake. To me, I rather have an actual ice cream. I like to chew it. Some people don't chew their ice cream; they just swallow it. Apparently, I don't know. People do weird things. You don't know what people do until you ask them, right? So, what are your favorite ice cream flavors? Is there a regional flavor near you that you particularly like? Are you a hot fudge sundae person? Do you like the whipped cream and the cherry on top? I love a maraschino cherry. I would just happily eat a little can of those, honestly. And I do like whipped cream. I'm a sucker for whipped cream. Anyway, let's talk ice cream. I'm really curious mostly if people can chime in from across the nation to what kind of regional flavors they see on their shelves and they indulge in. Anyway, my number 2 topic, March Madness basketball courts. They are made in a little Michigan town in the Upper Peninsula called Amasa, Michigan. Population 250. This is kind of one of those little feel-good stories. They have been making... It's a company called Connor Sports. It's a production mill, a wood mill, in the UP, like I said, Upper Peninsula. And they make the custom courts that we see on television. Those cool ones with the logos and the different grains of wood and the shiny parkour floor. I think that basketball courts are really cool. They made a mockery of them recently with all these crazy coloration versions. And I know we're moving towards basketball courts that aren't even wood. They're like a synthetic and you can project different images on them, which looks cool, but it's a gimmick. I think that like the Boston Garden, RIP Boston Garden, now it's something different, but I think a beautiful hardwood court has a certain appeal, right? It's a certain beauty to it with the different grains of wood and the coloration and the textures and just how it all comes together and how you have the different lines beautifully painted and the paint's a different color from the perimeter. And you have that big logo in the middle, right? So, Amasa, Michigan, Connor Sports, kind of a feel-good story. It kind of reminds me of the fact that the MLB baseball schedule was hand-drawn, selected by a couple who lived in a little modest home, and they would spend like 3 months in the off-season literally by hand putting all the games on a big placard and then sending it to MLB for approval. So that's kind of a fun little story. Another fun little story I'm just kind of spouting here is that the baseballs, when they're treated, they've actually put a little bit of mud on them like before they're shipped out. And apparently the mud is a secret place. Someone's farm has like the best kind of mud that's applied to baseballs to kind of get it game ready, so to speak. So a lot of fun little stories. I think the Amasa, and maybe I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. It's a very small town. I've not heard of it. They make all the custom hardwood courts for the March Madness tournament. All right, pivoting slightly, number 3 story. McNeese State, Amir Ara Khan, he is the student manager of the basketball team, McNeese State. He has linked $100,000 worth of name, image, likeness deals. So let me back up slightly for those that are new to this. For a long time, college athletes could not be compensated for anything, whether it was they just couldn't get they were amateur athletes, they couldn't make money. A lot of Supreme Court cases, a lot of litigation, and the name, image, and likeness bill was signed that says that student athletes, really there's no student there, but athletes, they play college basketball, can sign deals, whether it's, through whatever, companies, car dealerships, apparel, right, whatever they want to do. I'm sure there are limitations on probably like alcohol and cigarettes or anything, but in general, they can sign deals. So this student manager, very charismatic young man, he has signed some deals with, let's look at the image here. Oh gosh, I had it. He has signed deals with a lot of places from Insomnia Cookies to a couple other companies that you can pick that sell tickets for games. He has a custom jumpsuit. Anyway, we didn't see this coming. We thought that the athletes would be getting these deals, but the student manager, very fun little story here. He is a graduate assistant. He travels with the team. He has a custom boombox that he rolled out. He walked out first, followed by his team. McNeese State did not advance out of the round of 30 seconds, but pretty cool story. Apparently, he is actually changing schools. Yeah, we are used to athletes changing schools to enter the portal where they can jump to different schools. He apparently is doing so as well. So just interesting story. Amir Ara Khan. Google him. He's a McNeese. Well, he was a McNeese State student manager. Apparently, he's moving to a bigger and better school, probably for more deals. Take advantage of this guy. Apparently, he has a number of phone calls with everybody from Buffalo Wild Wings to TickPick. Under Armour flew out a representative to talk to him and give him some custom gear to rep. It's different. It just shows you that what you think will happen will not happen, and that people are creative. And if you're charismatic and you believe in promoting yourself enough in the right environment, things will sort of come together in mysterious and magical ways. So anyway, to recap the episode, we talked ice cream. I mentioned some interesting regional flavors. What is your go-to flavor? Are you a 2-scoop, 1-scoop? Are you a cone? Are you a hot fudge person? You can do so many things with ice cream. Ice cream is a wonderful thing. So many ways to customize it and enjoy it. We talked about McNeese State student manager. Name, image, and likeness deals are now going far beyond athletes. And our other topic, I've already forgotten. Oh, of course, the hardwood courts. Amasa, Michigan, Connor Sports. They make all the hardwood custom courts. I will stop saying that word now because it's been difficult. So we'll end it there. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are. Be above the line. Keep moving. Be active. Do a kind thing today. Goodbye.